So I'm Anna Lantaf. I'm an assistant farm environment advisor with FWAG SouthWest. In this presentation, I'm going to cover what iNaturalist is, why we should use it, and then run through step by step how to use it to record wildlife observations. And then at the end, I'm going to talk a little bit about privacy options when using the app. So what is iNaturalist? iNaturalist is a free phone and web app that allows you to record the wildlife you see while out and about on your farms. By taking photos or sound recordings of wildlife and uploading them to the app, you can share your observations with other users, building up a database of species occurrence. You don't need to be able to identify the species yourself. If you're connected to the internet, then the app will suggest likely species ID based on visual similarity. So you can use it as an identification app as well as a recording app. And once your observations are uploaded, other users can suggest identifications for you. So if you don't know what it is, that's not a barrier to using the app. When several users all agree on an identification, the observation gets marked as research grade, and that means it can be used for citizen science projects. If you aren't able to take a photo or sound recording, but you still want to make an observation, you can still upload something upload a record without any media, but it will be marked as casual, and then it won't be used for the citizen science data sets. So why should we use iNaturalist? iNaturalist is a great way to learn about the wildlife on your farm, whether that's using the app to help learn about and identify new species you see yourself, or using the explore function of the app to see species that other people have identified in your local area. And by recording what you see, you can also keep baseline records of wildlife on your farm. And this can help with tracking changes over time. For example, if you've introduced new management or an agri-environment scheme, you can see what the wildlife response is to that. Knowing what species are in the area can also help to target actions on your farm that will benefit local wildlife and can inform management practices. So for example, if you have a particular field and you're often recording wintering lapwings, that field might be a good candidate for putting into GS10 in countryside stewardship, which is management of wet grassland for wintering waders. And lastly, by recording species on your farms, you're contributing to citizen science by adding to a data set that can be used by scientists and experts around the world. So you can create a free iNaturalist account using the iNaturalist website, or you can download the mobile app, which is available on both Apple and Android. Once you've created an account, you're ready to join our project and start making observations. So projects on iNaturalist allow groups of users to post observations to their own collection or database. And by setting up a FWAG SouthWest project, all our members who join the project can collect their species records in one place. This joining link will be emailed out for everyone, and the following slides also give instructions on how to search for projects if you can't find the link, so no need to write it down. So you can join projects both using the website and the phone app. To join a project from the website, sign into your account, and if you hover your mouse over the community tab along the top of the screen, there's a tab that lets you select projects. A new page then appears with a search bar, and you can search for FWAG SouthWest and click on the FWAG SouthWest Members project. In the top right of that project page, there will be an option to join the project. Alternatively, you can join our project using the mobile app, in which case you have to sign into your account, click the 3 horizontal lines in the top left-hand corner of the app, and that will bring up the menus. Click on the projects tab, and again, use the search button in the right-hand corner to search for FWAG SouthWest. You need to be connected to the internet to do this. And then you can click join and see all of the other members' observations. I'm going to run through now sort of some of the functionality of the app and how to use it. So each record you add to iNaturalist is called an observation. to upload observations using the website, you click the green upload button, and then you can choose the photos or sound files that you want to upload. So when you do this, you can first add the species name. And so clicking that button, it brings up suggested identifications based on the picture or sound you've uploaded, which is very helpful if you're not sure exactly what it is that you've seen. And you can use the location button to use the map to locate your observation. So you can just like drag and drop, or you can enter coordinates if you have them. Then to add the observations to this project, you use the project drop-down list, and then you select the appropriate project or projects if you're adding it to multiple. And then when you're done, you just click submit observations. Unlike on the mobile app, you can use the website to upload multiple observations at once. So you do that by clicking again on the add button at the top. So yeah, the following screenshots were made on an Android phone, but the app works similarly on iPhone, so hopefully it should correspond. So to make an observation in the phone app, you press the green plus in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and that's in the observation tab, which is the default when you open the app. You then have an option to add media. So either you can take a photo or record a sound using your phone, or you can add a photo or sound from your phone memory. If you don't have any media, you can still continue, but the observation will not be able to be verified by other users because they won't be able to see what it is. I hope I'm not running through this too quickly. So yeah, you can add the name of the species using the "What did you see" button, and like on the web app, if you're connected to the internet, it will provide you with suggestions based off of similarity to the iNaturalist database. But if you aren't connected to the internet, or if you disagree with the suggested species, you can simply type your identification into the box, or you can type a placeholder word that you can edit later when you have internet access. So for example, you could just type in bird and then come back and edit it later. Next, you click the location box to use your phone GPS to locate the observation. This should happen automatically if you have GPS location turned on, but you can also manually drag the pointer to the right place. You can also edit the name of the location using the 3 dots in the top right-hand corner, which is useful. It comes up with a sort of generic location, and sometimes it's not right. So you can edit that if you want to. And then again, to add an observation on your farm to the project, you could just click on the Add to Project button and select the project that you've joined. When you've finished with your observations, you click the green tick to submit it, and you can choose to sync your uploads immediately, like using mobile data, or wait until you have access to Wi-Fi. So because of this, you can use the app even if you have no phone signal. So yeah, the app has several guidelines to improve identification and the usefulness of the observations. So for example, it's best to take multiple photographs. So if you photograph a plant, you might take a separate picture of the leaf, the stem, and the flower. And this gives the app and other users a greater chance of coming up with the correct identification. You should only upload photos you've taken yourself, and make sure the time and place of observation are as correct as you can make them. So if you see something but don't photograph it, it's better to upload it without media rather than using a stock image. If you photograph species that are not wild, then marking them as captive cultivated means they can be removed from the research data set and they won't skew the data. And again, you don't have to be exactly sure of your identification to be able to upload it. So for example, if you photograph a deer and you don't know if it's a red deer or a sika deer, you can identify it just as deer, or if you know the genus, in this case Cervus, you can mark it as that. There's no need to know the exact species. Now I'm going to talk just a little bit about geoprivacy. So by default, when you post an observation, the exact coordinates are displayed for any user to see. So sometimes you may not want this, for example, if the observation's in your back garden or if something rare was seen on your land. So if you want to obscure the exact coordinates, you can click on the location visibility button when you upload an observation on both the phone and the web app. This comes up when you're picking your location, and you can change the visibility to obscured or to private. So as you can see on the screen, obscured observations are shown at a random point in the local area, whereas private observations have no coordinates at all. So generally, it's more helpful to obscure coordinates rather than making them private. Any vulnerable and highly protected species are identified by the app and then have their locations automatically obscured in order to protect them. You can also choose to trust a user or project, which allows the project administrator to view your unobscured coordinates while they remain obscured to everyone else. So this is quite useful when you're dealing with projects. There are a couple of other functions of iNaturalist that I'm quickly going to show you now. So as well as uploading your own observations, you can use the Explore tab to see your map or list of observations around the world. So each point on the map is a different observation with different colors for different types of species. So in this case, green means plants. So to access this on the web app, you just go to the Explore tab on the top. On the phone app, you would click the 3 horizontal lines in the top left-hand corner. This will open up the menus, and then you can select Explore. Another function is the Identify function. So you can help other users to identify the observations or to confirm the observations they make in order to make them research grade. So you can do this using the Identify tab on both the website and the phone app. This is quite helpful to help other users out. And so by clicking on someone else's observation, you can agree or disagree with their identification. You can suggest alternatives, and you can also leave comments. So by doing this, you help the observations become research grade, and that expands sort of the usable citizen science database, which is can be used by all sorts of people. I think it's in Somerset, it's connected to the Somerset Record Office. But yeah, that's basically the app. Are there any questions in the Q&A box, Ada?
Yeah, we have
okay.
The first is about the media packs you can upload. So can you add videos?
Not at the moment. It's just photos and sound recordings at the moment. Obviously, if you had a video, you could take a screenshot out of the video, but no, it's not supported at the moment.
And the other one was about what types of wildlife you can capture, which I think you've covered, but just emphasizing the fact that it's the plants, the animals, fungi.
Yeah, that's correct. You can, animals, plants, fungi. Plants are often the easiest because they don't move. But I've used the app for butterflies, moths, dragonflies, small mammals. Lots of fungi. Anything really that's wild and isn't it's not like a pet or anything. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a little bit shorter than we were expecting, but that's okay. So I hope you found this a useful overview of the app, and I look forward to seeing some of your observations in our project. As I mentioned, this recording will be posted on our website, and I will email out the project joining link and a copy of the slides. So thank you for coming.